Hey everyone, glad you could join me for another weekly update at ADE, the place to be. I apologize for missing a video last week. I know some of you, I've heard from some students this week that they didn't see a video last week, and that was my fault. We had that day, well, students had that day off, and we were in some training about being more effective in our teaching of reading and writing, and that took up really my whole Friday. And then I had some technical difficulties with my video editing, and in the end, it just didn't get done. So apologize for that, but we are back on track. Today is the 20th, and let's look at this week and some things going forward. First off, our Writers of the Week. Congratulations for being selected. Kindergarten, Sophie Paxo. First grade, Dalia Blanding. Second, Carter Bynes. Fourth grade, Justice Berry. And fifth grade, Zoe Epps. I seem to be missing the name for third grade this week, so we'll get you that later. So, upcoming events. Let's talk about our big one first, even if it's out of order. STEAM Night is Tuesday, like this coming up Tuesday, the 24th. It's going to start at 5:30, run 5:30 to 7:30. It's going to be huge. We have so many different community partners coming in. We've got displays on all different STEM activities. We are even going to have some food in there. So all that information was sent home, but I've got to remind you, come out to STEAM Night, bring the family. There's fun for all ages, from ages 2 to 200, which would be an interesting thing if you had somebody that was 200. But seriously, it was going to be a big night of learning and fun. And you put those two together, and that's always a great time. So Tuesday, the 24th, from 5:30 to 7:30. Also, Shadow Day is going to be coming up. So the elementary schools were a little late getting this information compared to middle and high. So some of you may have already heard this, but Shadow Day is February 2nd. And those forms are going to go home for our 4th and 5th grade students on Monday. So all the rules and regulations are listed in the form, so I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but just letting you know that that is upcoming for our 4th and 5th grade students. They can shadow a relative if they meet all the guidelines on February 2nd. So be on the lookout for those forms, 4th and 5th grade parents, on Monday. Looking more at next week, Wednesday, the 25th, is Mon Cafe Spirit Night. So take the family out, get some Mon Cafe, and some of those profits go back to the school to help for students and teacher incentives. Then next Thursday, big day, that is Report Card Day. Report cards will be going home next Thursday, the 26th. And then Friday is a half day. So we will dismiss here at 11 o'clock next Friday. So those are our big events for the rest of this month. Don't have too much other big news for you, but I did want to speak to you about something we've been having a little bit of a issue with starting at school, and that is just with students remembering all their items. Now, we know that students are going to forget things. Even adults forget things sometimes. But we have so many jackets, especially jackets, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, whatever, and water bottles that are left either on the playground or in the classrooms. And we know this happens. Our teachers remind them over and over before they're lining up from recess, at the end of the day, make sure you got everything, make sure if you brought your jacket out here, you're bringing it back. But some still get left. Again, we know this is going to happen sometimes because they're kids. We get that. So, but we do want to try to instill a culture of trying to remember things and being responsible. So that's why we're going to keep reminding them. But we have a lot of parents come in during dismissal time because your child gets in the car, or you pick them up at the flagpole and they're missing their jacket or their water bottle, and lots are coming in and trying to go down in the classrooms and look for it, or out on the playground. And we've tried to help everyone out because we don't want that to become them to have to go home without a jacket. But it's really become a little bit of a safety issue because we've had lots of parents in, and we can't always, especially during dismissal, have a staff member that can be dedicated to make sure that they're getting where they need to be and right back. So again, safety is really important. So we really want to instill that if a child forgets something, they need to just wait till the next day to get it. I understand there will be emergencies, and if there's an emergency, you may have to wait in the office for a little bit until I can help you out. But for the most part, your child just needs to wait until the next day. And I really would like to kind of say that that's just a general thing in terms of building responsibility. I know, and I would even say this for if your child forgets something in the morning, I know the temptation is to grab it and bring it to school for them to save the day, because you feel like that's helping. You don't want your child to have to go without whatever that item is that day. But by doing so, you're really robbing them of the opportunity to learn from their mistakes. And that, if we think long term, is very important. We want our children to grow and become more independent as they get older. And part of that is learning to have some consequences if you do forget or make a mistake on something. So I get it, emergencies happen, help them out. You don't want something terrible to happen. But for most things, try to let them learn from it, and that's going to help them long term. And that's what school and life is all about, learning. And again, that's why we're here. So glad to be partnering with you to help your child learn every day. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Don't forget about STEAM Night on Tuesday. Bye, y'all.